We reviewed the Freetrade Investment app back in July 2019 and we were very impressed. Now we look at the future of Freetrade and why we think that building your portfolio with Freetrade is of special benefit to you. Here in the UK, we were lagging way behind the US when it came to investing in the stock market for free or even just for a fair price. Freetrade and Trading 212 were amongst the first to bring the free trading revolution to the UK shores, and we expect that many more investment platforms will follow suit, which is great news for UK investors.
We think that many of the older, more established platforms are being very short-sighted by not adapting to this threat more quickly. We don't follow the American market that closely, but we've seen that all the major players have had no choice but to follow suit and offer free investing after Robinhood turned their industry on its head.
When Freetrade first launched, it was a basic app. But let's be fair, we all have to start from somewhere, but given time, things have continually improved. There is still a noticeable difference between the premium investment apps and the free ones, but this gap is closing all the time. One of the great things about Freetrade is the inclusivity with its customers. Everyone is encouraged to get involved via their community forums, which they are also heavily active in.
Another cool thing that Freetrade shares with everyone is their roadmap. We can all see exactly what features they're working on, with a rough timescale of when it will be delivered. You have to love that transparency. In this video, we're going to be looking at some of the key features that Freetrade are working on that are going to take it up to that next level. Let's check it out. Welcome to MoneyUnshackled.com, the investment and finance channel that sets you and your finances free. This is Andy, I'm Ben, and if you like what we have to say, hit the like button, click subscribe.
Freetrade are giving away free shares up to the value of £200 for new customers when you sign up through our unique link. Check out the offers page at MoneyUnshackled.com for this link and to see many more amazing offers. We'll put the link to this offers page in the description below, so be sure to check that out. Let's get into the video.
Stock Insights. Currently, one weakness with the app is the lack of information when you are looking at a stock or ETF. For more experienced investors, it's probably not the end of the world because hopefully they are experienced enough to know where else to go on the internet to find this information, even if it's a bit of an inconvenience.
Unfortunately, many novice investors will base their entire investment decision on gut instinct, which is almost certainly not the best investment strategy. Good news though, according to Freetrade's roadmap, we can expect to get some stock insights within the next few months. This will include market cap, 52-week high and low, dividend yield, and more.
We're not expecting to get as much information as we would from the premium investment platforms such as Hargreaves Lansdown and Interactive Investor, but this is definitely a step in the right direction. We're not developers, so we don't know what this might cost a company like Freetrade to implement, but it's a very welcome addition.
We fully expect that feature enhancements like this go through a very careful vetting process to ensure the benefits more than outweigh the cost. With Freetrade being mostly free, we assume that they have to keep costs to a minimum, whereas the major players like Hargreaves Lansdown probably have a much larger budget to play with.
Knowing what the dividend yield will be is nice, but we're hoping that they take it up another level and give us the dividend histories. As we primarily invest for cash flow, we'd like to see how much the company or ETF has paid out in the past.
Despite financial institutions constantly telling us that history is not an indicator of future performance, companies tend to stick to a specific dividend policy. If they've paid in the past, there's a good chance they will pay in the future.
Fractional shares. A major upcoming feature that we love the look of, and which is very rare, is fractional shares and ETFs. Now that fees are being eliminated, one of the remaining hurdles is the cost of some stocks. Some stocks have such a high share price that many people simply cannot afford them, or they cannot include them in a properly diversified portfolio.
For example, Amazon shares are around $1,700 per share. At this share price, many investors can't afford to invest. Another annoying point about having to buy shares and ETFs in whole shares is that sometimes you don't get what you had intended. For example, I invest monthly into different ETFs. Say I choose to invest £100 into each one, but when the trade is executed, I may only end up with £80 of some. This is because to buy an additional share may have cost a total of £105, which is more than the £100 that I had authorised. As a result, you don't get the balanced portfolio that you had intended.
But Freetrade is working on bringing fractional investing to the masses with their roadmap saying 3 to 6 months away. We cannot wait for this awesome feature to land. Instead of having to own one share or one ETF, we can own a fraction. This will enable people to buy investments that were previously out of reach. A fantastic development, and we cannot wait.
Limit orders. One of our previous criticisms was that the basic trades were only made once per day, meaning you don't know the final price you pay until after the order is executed. Say we make an order at 8 PM on Tuesday, this won't get executed until 4 PM Wednesday.
In the world of investing, that is a risky position. Anything could happen in that time, causing the share price to skyrocket. An oil company found oil, or a merger announcement. If this happens, you could end up paying more per share than you would be happy with. Conversely, you could end up paying less.
We wanted the ability to set the price, and it looks like Freetrade will be answering our prayers. This is great news, as it means we'll be able to set the maximum price that we're willing to pay. Let's hope that this feature is included within their basic orders and that we're not charged for this feature. Fingers crossed.
Website. Serious investors want the power of the big screen to analyse their portfolios. Accessing their portfolio via a computer means that investors can be more productive as they can be analysing their portfolio in Excel at the same time. Unfortunately, this is not currently possible.
Well, sometime after 6 months, this should be solved with the introduction of internet browser functionality. Sweet!
Other cool stuff. They seem to have lots more cool stuff going on, including adding more stocks from around the world, including European, Japanese and Korean stocks. They will be launching across Europe, which is great news for European investors who are probably still being robbed left, right and centre by the old-fashioned platforms. We bet they cannot wait.
They'll be improving the graphs, making them prettier with better axes and making them scrollable. And we'll start measuring your performance against a market benchmark, and I'll even start offering SIPs.
Choosing a platform is a big decision, especially if you're investing through an ISA, as you only get to use one at a time. If you're deciding whether to build yours in Freetrade, check out their community and look at that roadmap for yourself.
Question of the day: are these cool new features enough to convince you to check out Freetrade? And what else would you like to see? Let us know in the comment section below, and don't forget to bag your free share. Thanks for watching! On this channel we talk a lot about personal finance, investing and all things money. And if you want to see more great content, please click the subscribe button below.
This is MoneyUnshackled.com. See you next time.